AMANA Voice, the voice of trust. Brought to you by the American Muslim Association of North America. Each and every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. Each week we will bring to you issues confronting our community. Join us this Sunday at 6 p.m. for AMANA Voice, the voice of trust. Brought to you by your Muslim neighbors on WTPS 1080 AM, the People's Station.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Praise be to Allah, Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful, Owner of the Day of Judgment. Thee alone we worship, Thee alone we ask for help. Show us the straight path, the path of those whom Thou hast favored, not the path of those who earn Thine anger, nor of those who go astray.
News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, Coral Gables, Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Palm Beaches. The People's Station.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Praise be to Allah, Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful, Owner of the Day of Judgment. Thee alone we worship, Thee alone we ask for help. Show us the straight path, the path of those whom Thou hast favored, not the path of those who earn Thine anger, nor of those who go astray.
Water?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We begin in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. All praises and glory is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds. We seek refuge in Allah from Shaitan, Satan the rejected. I greet you with the universal greetings of peace, the greetings which have been used by all the prophets from Adam to Muhammad, peace be upon them all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The meaning of which is, may the peace and blessings of God be with each and every one of you tonight. My name is Brother Kamal, and I'd like to welcome you once more to Al-Amana, the voice of trust, brought to you by the American Muslim Association of North America. Today, inshallah, God willing, we would like to discuss a very important topic. We'd like to talk about ways in which we can keep our children occupied for this very long summer ahead of us, and how we can keep them out of trouble. Now, I know this is topic that every one of you out there with children, we would like to invite your questions and comments. Our number at the studio is 1-877-825-1080. That's 1-877-825-1080. And the topic is, how can we keep our children occupied for the summertime and keep them out of trouble? But before we begin with our main discussion tonight, we have Brother Sufyan Zarqut, the director of Al-Amana, and he would like to address us this week. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Sufyan. How are you doing?
Assalam. Alhamdulillah. Thanks God. Dear listeners, good evening. This is Sufyan Abdulaziz Zarqut, the director of AMANA, the American Muslim Association of North America. As always, we try to bring you programs that can bring benefits to our listeners. This tonight's subject, it's a very, very important subject. It's about summer vacation and how to spend your vacation. I know most of us, we don't think, we don't plan sometimes. We leave it for the last second, and we end up seeing our kids at home, and we have to leave them, and we have to go to work, and we don't have nothing to do, we don't know what to do about it. And God willing, today we're going to try to bring you some tips. We're not going to solve all the problems here, but as a Muslim program, we care about our listeners, as we always say, and we care about our youth, and we try our best to bring solutions to our communities. If you have any concerns, ideas, recommendations, please call us at, like what Brother Kamal, the number he gives you, which is 877-825-1080. And tonight, whoever going to call, we're going to send them a free CD about how to be prepared for disasters. Especially we are in hurricane season now, and we have very, very valuable CD worth $10. We're going to give it for you for free. If you call us, you're going to get that free. We're going to send it to you, even free shipping. Have a good evening, and please stick around. Back to Brother Kamal.
Brother Sufyan, I remember several weeks ago we did a program which was based on hurricane preparedness.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about what type of preparation that our organizations have made for the hurricane season?
Yeah, actually, the same organization called AMIR, American Muslims for Emergency and Relief. This organization, 2 years ago, we sent a huge 48-wheelers trailers all the way to Katrina to help and assist the victims in New Orleans. And we are prepared by, we have a very useful literatures, and also the CD we mentioned earlier. And this CD, by the way, it's made it was sponsored by Amir, American Muslim for Emergency and Relief. This CD, the good thing about it, that it was mutual work between the Broward County Emergency Office and Homeland Security and the Broward and also Miami-Dade County Office of the Emergency and Homeland Security. Both came together to our program here, and they give really a great tips and great recommendations, and it's all in one CD, and it's all yours for free. If you call us, we're going to send it to you for free. Besides, we always, as we mentioned before, please, if you can be a volunteer. We are, as you know, we don't want to wait for the last second to start to ask for volunteers. And we need volunteers. We need to call us at 305-898-9314. One more time, 305-898-9314. And register your name, put your name. And if there is, God willing, may Allah forbid, any hurricane attacks to our area in South Florida, but in case anything happens, we have to be prepared. We have to, especially when it comes to the senior citizen, what we need their names, we need their addresses. That way we can really minimize the loss and minimize the risk to them. Also, we need volunteers also in case something happened. Like if you remember Wilma good. It might happen again, as you know, and Katrina. If we have good volunteers like last 2 years ago and last year, we're going to do better. We can't work without volunteers. Call us and give us your number, and that way we're going to serve you better. Thank you, and have a good night.
Okay, how can we keep our teenagers and our young ones occupied for this summertime and keep them out of trouble? It is a topic that we should all be thinking about. And for most parents, like myself, I'm a father of 7. I am not prepared this year like I was last year and the year before and the year before that. So we have invited some guests on our program here to give us some tips about keeping our children occupied and out of trouble. So we have with us this evening in our program, we have a representative from FAME. We have Imam Qasim, which would be here very shortly. We also have Brother Abu Bakr, a regular contributor on our program. And we have a young brother with us. What is your name, brother? Assalamu alaikum. Huh?
Farhad.
Farhad, we'll get to you in a minute. I want to introduce...
How old are you, Farhad?
I'm 9.
You're going to give us some good tips for the vacation, right?
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
So just hold on there, Farhad. I would like to introduce the representative of an organization down here that serves the Islamic community. The organization is called FAME. And with us we have Naeem Umar Ali. Assalamu alaikum, brother Naeem.
Wa alaikum assalam.
And how are you doing this afternoon?
Alhamdulillah.
And we have with us Nabiha Khan. Assalamu alaikum, sister Nabiha.
Wa alaikum assalam, brother.
And how are you doing?
Alhamdulillah.
You must be very busy preparing with this organization for the upcoming summer vacation.
Yes, we have a lot of activities and we're very excited about it.
Before you start, tell us a little bit about FAME and what it means and how it started.
Well, FAME stands for FAYM, stands for the Florida Association of Young Muslims. And really, this is a group of youths that came up together and decided that we need an organization that works throughout South Florida and provide activities and organize events for the youth. So we're a youth-oriented group that runs for youth, and we really focus on what the community, addressing the needs of the youth within the community.
Okay. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, we work with all organizations, all masjids, and we're partners. That's what makes us different, in that we work with everyone in helping to bring the spirit of Islam together within this community.
Of course, you are also working with non-Muslims or only Muslim communities?
Right now our focus is Muslims, but we do work with non-Muslims. As we worked with, actually yesterday we went with Project Downtown in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
So feeding the homeless. So
it was a rainy day. It must have been difficult.
Yeah, it was
yesterday.
rainy, but it was a good turnout.
Yeah. Now, what type of activities have you had in the past, and what do you plan in particular for this upcoming summer vacation?
Well, FAME is a relatively new group. We've only been around for about a year and a half, but we've done a tremendous amount of work within that year and a half. Actually, in December, we had a FAME Live 2K6, which was a variety and cultural show in which all the youths got together and they performed. We had different skits, different little kids came together, they sang. It was really a forum where the youths can come together and display their talent and really showcase it to the Muslim community. And we had, alhamdulillah, a good response. Over 250 people attended that event. And inshallah, that'll be a yearly event in December. We've also had a basketball tournament, which just passed in early May. We had over 24 teams for the brothers, and then for the sisters, we did volleyball. So this is really a good activity. This is the second year that we've been doing it. Over 300 people come from all over South Florida and Tampa, Jacksonville, all over Orlando. And it's really a good activity to bring, the youths of Florida together.
So you not just localize, you invite the communities
yeah, we
from
invite,
different...
definitely. We invite everybody from all over Florida.
Okay.
We work with everybody around there.
All right. And what are the numbers, if you want, for information on FAME and some of the activities, again, for the upcoming summer?
Well, we work basically from the website, which is www.faym.org, fame.org. So all of our events and activities are listed on our website. Mm-hmm. And for the summer, we have actually a great deal of events coming up. We have next weekend, June 10th, at Treetops Park from 11 to 6, we're going to be having a family picnic. We call it Family Picnic. And it's going to be Family, yes, okay. Very creative title there. We're going to be having games for all ages, from very little to not so young, if you want to say. And we'll be having cake contest, skits done by the youth. It's going to be, inshallah, a great event. Everyone is invited at Treetops Park, June 10th. We're also having the Sisters Reader Circle, where we have a book club and we read different books. That's going to be at June 24th. And as I mentioned, it's all on our website at www.faym.org. We also have brothers activities every month.
Well, let Naeem talk
Go
about the
ahead,
brothers'
Naeem. I'm
activities.
taking all the
Naeem,
time
come
here.
on.
Well, I'll talk about some of the activities that we had for the brothers for the past year. We actually had 3 camps, Brothers Youth Camp. It's a 3-day, 2 nights stayed over at the masjid. We actually did one in Dar al-Uloom in 2006, I think, early 2006. Actually, mid 2005. In early 2006, at Masjid al-Mu'mineen in Coral Springs or Margate. And the latest one we did was in Miami Gardens Masjid, and it was a big hit because the community, they actually never allowed a group of our size to stay over at the masjid. We were the first group who was giving that permission, and we had a great turnout. They actually invited us the Monday to present us with a plaque for doing such a great job because the students from the madrasa was there and they told us about it. And they actually request for us to go and have classes there every other Friday. So some of the brothers' activity that we have coming up in the summer, inshallah, every month or every 2 months, we usually meet as a group, the young brothers especially in their early high school to elementary school, the age that we want to target. And we usually go out for a night where we go bowling, go to laser tag, just to keep them away from the streets, just to have them together and relate to other brothers. Because I remember when I was in that age, all I wanted to do was to hang around brothers of Muslims. So those were some of the activities. And we also have the famed classes, the Friday night classes that will start back in August, I think. And it's both for brothers and sisters. And it runs every other Friday night at 6 o'clock at Nur al-Islam Masjid in Cooper City. Inshallah.
Now, I assume that not all of the masjids in South Florida are involved in FAME. But if someone wants to be a representative from a particular masjid or locality, can they join this organization and be, part of the organizing?
That's what
group?
FAME purpose is to create and train people, different youth in different masjids to actually go about and organize their own activities. So FAME will actually teach them how to do it. Like we did that a lot of the masjids we go to, they want training on how to do this. Because most of our brothers and sisters who are in FAME right now, they actually had this experience where they went through all the training and they know how to run programs. So we're actually teaching other masjids. And we're open to any masjid, any group, any youth group. And we actually look for a representative in every other masjid. So far, we've actually doing a great job with that.
That's great, wonderful. And Sister Nabiha, I know I cut you off by telling the brother to talk, but I know you had a couple other things to say about the activities.
Oh, I was just going to mention that we're having, actually, the brothers had a few youth camps, but the sisters is very busy this summer. Inshallah, we'll be running 3 different youth camps for all the age groups. One is for the younger girls around 10 and under, and then we have 11 to 17, and then an 18 and up camp. So the different events will be held in the end of July 16th through the, actually, wrong date. It's on the website with all the dates that we have there. But in July, we'll be having the 3 camps for the different age groups. And we also have a Salah intensive course because we find that a lot of the Muslim youth, they don't know exactly how to pray Salah properly and all the steps involved in it. So we have a 2-week course. You come to this. It's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday evening, and you learn everything about Salah. So that should be a great activity and a great event, inshallah.
Wonderful. Once more, the website and the contact.
It
number.
is www.faym.org, fame.org.
Yes.
And you can contact us through the website and sign up to become a member on the website. You'll receive an email account and be on our mailing list to receive info on all of our events and activities.
By the way, you are working, I believe, with the organization Project Downtown Miami. And can you speak about the Tuesday, I think it's a hunger day, and feeding the homeless? Can you tell us about it, please?
We try to go out almost every 2 months to Project Downtown, actually go and take our young ones especially to see and to gain the experience in it. Tuesday is Hunger Awareness Day, and Project Downtown Miami has, I think they were donated 450 pounds of meat. So they're doing a big dinner, and anyone can go by.
Who donated that meat?
I think it was MAS.
MAS, what stands for?
Muslims Society of America.
Okay, thank you.
And they will be at the Masjid Al-Ansar in Miami, and they will be preparing.
That's the one in 54th Street and Northwest 7th Avenue, I
Yes,
believe. Yes.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And they will be preparing the meat there, and then they will actually have feeding at Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Duncton, Fort Lauderdale, and and the Duncton, Fort Lauderdale location is by Broward Boulevard and Andrews Avenue, just opposite the main library. And so anyone who would like to go, it's a great opportunity to actually go and interact with the people. That's one of the main thing that when we go there, we actually interact with the people who are there to find out about them. They have stories to tell us, and you actually gain appreciation for what you have when you look at that.
And how much you are prepared to feed that day?
800 people.
800.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have enough to feed that
Yes,
much.
I think the brothers. And
That's
if you
good.
want more information about Project Dongtong, you can go to. They also have a website, projectdongtong.org, and you can go there and you can see all the information that they have.
And do you need more volunteers to come to that? Yeah.
As much as you can get.
Yeah.
'Cause
There's a number that they can call if anybody like to
I don't have
volunteer?
the number right now, but if you go on the
Can
website,
they call you also then you
on
can
the
direct
website,
them?
Yeah. Inshallah,
yeah,
they can
okay.
send an email to info@fame, and we'll give them the information.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah.
And also, Project Dongtong has started a new program where every Sunday they go to visit orphanages, and it's a great opportunity because you can go and interact with the kids and talk to them because most of these kids have anyone to talk to. So it's a great opportunity for the young ones who are out of school to go once every week or to just participate with that, inshallah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for coming on our program. I think this is a model for anyone who's listening out. They want to start an organization. They can contact you and get more information. Thank you very much, Brother Naeem Umarali and Sister Nabiha Khan.
Yeah. Thank you for coming.
you.
We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And if you're now
Alaikum
tuning
salam.
in, tonight we're talking about ways in which we can keep our children occupied for the summer vacation and keep them out of trouble. And we have a young man in our studio. Tell us your name again, brother.
Farhad,
Farhad, how old are you now?
9.
9 years old. And Farhad, tell us how you intend to spend your summer vacation, brother.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I'm gonna occupy my summer vacation doing a couple things. First of all, I'm gonna learn the Arabic language so I can understand the Quran, and then after that, there are some Monday classes in IMOF which you can take.
Which means Islamic Movement of South Florida.
Yeah.
Yes.
On Mondays, they have a fiqh class by Brother Shakil, which fiqh is understanding of the religion. And on Tuesdays, I take an Arabic class by Brother Munir Khan, which I do like every Tuesday with my dad and my mom. And on Wednesdays, I take a tafsir class with Munir Khan again. And usually every Wednesdays at 7 p.m. I have a basketball practice. And every morning with my mom, I read Quran, like at least 4 pages each day.
Really?
And-
Alhamdulillah, that's great.
And I'm learning to write Arabic, so I can like communicate in Arabic. We might go to Orlando this summer to go to Universal. And
I thought you were going to spend your whole summer studying, but that'll be very boring summer. You got to spend some time playing some ball, right?
yeah, we have a lot of fun things in the summer. I couldn't list them all, but
No, tell me more about what you like for fun. What you're gonna do for fun too, besides reading the Quran, which is something. This is something important.
You like to play
also.
ball?
yeah, we're gonna have the basketball league games in a few more weeks, and every Sunday I go with my dad to play cricket.
Cricket, right?
Yeah,
Big
and
Jamaluddin is one of your cricket buddies too. It's my
Yeah.
son. Yes.
we have these what do you call it? The basketball practices at like from Wednesdays and Saturdays, and on we have games. We had the season. We finished the season. Then we have playoffs, but in the playoffs we have dead matches, which one game it's like do or die. One game, if you lose, you're out. If you win, you keep going, and then you get the championship.
That's great. So I see you have a very full summertime.
Yeah.
Good. I know your mother and father will also be busy behind you during the summer, right? Keeping up with all these activities, right, brother?
What do you like? Do you have any recommendation for the kids in your age to do in the summer? What do you? Is there any advice you can give them? Besides reading the Quran and all that, what you do, all these things, good things you do you recommend them to join you and to do some sports? It's very good to.
You can if you want. There's like a basketball league everywhere in the whole Florida, in all the states and all that stuff. They have a basketball league. They have like every sport league in every state, so you can register anytime.
It's okay to go also to play soccer, only basketball, or you?
There's other sports too, like football,
it's okay, right?
football, golf, and all that stuff.
And what
There's
about swimming?
also,
You don't
man.
like
Swimming,
Summertime.
there's
It's hot down
swimming,
here.
there's football, there's golf, there's soccer.
Yeah, but you mean that they should spend their time with sports and keep them busy
yeah.
with good stuff. It's healthy for their. It's very healthy for their body.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Brother Farhad. You're a very brave young man to come on our program today.
Yeah.
Yeah. May Allah bless your parents and bless you for the summertime.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
All right. If you're now tuning in, we're talking about ways in which to keep busy for this summertime, how to keep our teenagers and our younger ones out of trouble, how to keep them occupied. My name is Brother Kamal, and I'd like to welcome you once more. The numbers in our studio, it's 1-877-825-1080. That's 1-877-825-1080. And we have another guest in our program, a newcomer to South Florida, Imam Qasim. Assalamu alaikum, Imam Qasim. Welcome to the program. And is your wife going to join us in the program too?
If you like.
Yes, I would love for her to join us in this program. Seeing that she's, she does a lot of activities in the Islamic community also. We'd like to invite her to the program. And we have also with us Brother Abu Bakr. I'd like to welcome you once more, Brother Abu Bakr. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Now, the big question for me is that I would like you brothers to take us through a perfect summer. What are some of the really important things that we need to talk to our children about going into the summer vacation that would be of great assistance to them and helping them keep out of the troubles out there?
I would like to suggest, Bismillah, that the parents try to encourage the children to try to seek the company of other positive children. One of the things that causes problems in the Muslim families, especially in the summertime when there's no school, is that the children get bored and they begin to seek the company of anybody who wants to show them some fun or anybody that wants to do something adventurous or exciting. And so it will be very, very advantageous that before the summertime even comes, that the parents try to associate with other parents who are also teaching their children positive things so that they have some children that have the similar type of home training to associate with in the summertime so they don't get bored.
So you highly recommend association with, people of like and good nature.
Absolutely. See, that's where that's the duty of the parents when the parents come in.
Yes.
The parents cannot take for granted that just because their children might have even spent the whole wintertime or spring in a Muslim school, or because they're teaching them Salat at home, that their children will automatically know who to gravitate towards when they have all this extra free time.
Yes.
But it's very important for the parents to communicate with each other who also have children of a similar age, so that when this free time comes, when the summertime comes, they have breaks from school, or even on the weekends when school is in session, that they already know because of their communication with other parents that here are some children that also are being trained similar to the way that we're training you, and it's okay for you to go play with little Abdullah or little Fatima or whoever, because I'm familiar with her parents and I know the type of home life that she lives and the type of things that she likes to do. That way, that even the wholesome entertainment that would normally be wholesome is safeguarded by the line that is drawn by the children who have like morals.
Yes. Now, Abu Bakr, I would like you to talk a little bit about during the summertime when the boredom kicks in, that the youth like to take a lot of risk and they engage in a lot of irresponsible behavior. I would like you to comment on that.
Yeah, I think it's the responsibility of the caregiver first to ask the child, what would they like to do? What would be enjoyable for them to do? And if it is something that's moral and ethical, we need to try and find vehicles and able to assist them in doing what they would like to do. All during the school year, they have a number of responsibilities and duties that they have to do for school. The summertime, they should be able to have some time for enjoyment, but structured as well. So some will say, well, I want to work. I need a job. I need money. Well, if they cannot get a job, then the next best thing is volunteering in the field that they have interest in. So if they're interested in community development work, for example, then if they volunteer at AMANA, if AMANA has a position coming up where it's a paid position, they're likely to turn to their volunteers first to give them some opportunities for work. Or, for example, FAME. They have a lot of activities coming up this summer to volunteer with FAME. Even if it's not, with intent of getting a job in the future, just to do some goodwill for the rest of the community and for humanity is a good thing. Those are two organizations that you can volunteer with. You can volunteer with any business or corporation or nonprofit organization.
Now, do you know that if Broward County or Dade County have any type of structure in which, we can go on the website and see the different activities for our brothers and sisters who are non-Muslim out there who are listening and are interested in getting their kids active for the summertime?
It's very, very, very simple. In Miami-Dade, you pick up the phone and you dial 211.
211.
Right. It's sponsored by the Children's Trust. It's operated by Switchboard of Miami, and they will link you to a zillion nonprofit and for-profit organizations that are doing good work in Miami-Dade County. Broward County has a children's, I think it's Broward's Children's Council. It is. I'm not exactly sure, but if there's someone in the listening audience that's interested in Broward County, they can send an email to the AMANA email address, and we'll make sure that you get the direct contact information in Broward as well.
Okay, Steve just signaled to me we're up on a break. Hold that thought. We'll be right back.
Voices of South Florida on News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People's Station.
AMANA Voice, the Voice of Trust radio program, is sponsored by AMIN, the American Muslim for Emergency and Relief. Muslim Neighbors for Neighbors. Also sponsored by Adam Travel. Adam Travel is the agency you can count on for all your travel needs, and domestic international. Location is at 1836 North University Drive, Plantation, Florida. Contact number 1-800-797-2326. We would like to mention that AMANA offers free copies of the translation of the Quran in English, Spanish, or in French. Send your request to AMANA fax number 305-945-0399 or by email to info@al-amana.org. info@al-amana.org. AMANA is a non-profit organization and it is funded by people like you. Please send your donation to AMANA, P.O. Box 5212, Miami, Florida 33014. To learn more about AMANA, the American Muslim Association of North America, please visit AMANA website at www.al-amana.org. www.al-amana.org.
News Talk 1080 AM WTPS, the People's Station, the place where you are heard.
Assalamu alaikum, peace be with you. I'd like to welcome you once more to Al-Amana, the Voice of Trust, brought to you by the American Muslim Association of North America. In our studios tonight, we are discussing ways in which to keep our children busy, occupied for the summertime, so that they don't get into trouble. In our studios tonight, we have Imam Qasim and his wife Hasina, and we also have with us Brother Abu Bakr, a regular contributor on our program. And Brother Abu Bakr, you were talking about the 211 number for information.
Right. this is a number that is paid for out of the taxpayer money. We pay for this. So it's a service that you own, because you contribute to the existence of it. And it should be utilized. There is a lot of money that is funneled into the Children's Trust for the 211 access, and not only the access to the 211, but what it links you to, the referrals that you get to the many, many different services. But I strongly recommend for the non-Muslims to reach out and partner and volunteer with some of the Muslim organizations, because a lot of people are getting their information about Islam through Fox Network and all the other different kind of media.
Yeah, come join us.
And, there's this hatred towards Muslims and all of this. But if you really get to know people, you'll be surprised that Muslims are the most loving, most peaceful, and most caring people you'd ever want to meet. I have never met a Muslim that hasn't been a nice person.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Yes, and I know Brother Sufyan would like to have some volunteers to help his organization also, right?
Yeah, yes. Oh, yeah. We need as much volunteers as we can. I mean, let me tell you something. We need you to help yourself, and we can't help you. We can't do better if you don't come and join us and put your hand with our hand. I'm talking about Muslims. I'm talking to non-Muslims as well, because when it comes Hurricane Wilma and Hurricane Katrina, we didn't go ask what kind of religion, what kind of culture you are coming from before we help. We helped everybody. We helped the Jewish senior citizens. We helped Katrina. We helped the African American. We didn't ask nothing. We just try our best to provide as much assistance and help we can help in that time. And this is the reason we can't do that alone. We can't do that alone at all. We need your help. We need you to come and join us. As Brother Abu Bakr mentioned a few seconds ago, be with us, work with us, be volunteers, and I'm sure we can serve our society better. Otherwise, our society will be an unhealthy society. If we don't work together, remember, our society will be unhealthy. And for a stronger society and healthy community, we have to come together. I say it again. And how? We have to be prepared. How to be prepared? To sit together and work together and be prepared for any thing. May Allah forbid, especially we are coming now to hurricane season. And remember that.
Brother Bakr, yes.
I want to just send a quick message to the Muslims. That is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, inshallah, something like this, that on his way to the marketplace every day, there was a neighbor that would always throw rubbish and trash and feces in his way. And he'd clean it up and just go on about his way. Every day this would happen. There was so much hatred towards Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So one day there was no rubbish and no trash there. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "What happened?" So he went to check on the neighbor, and the neighbor was ill, and Prophet was very concerned. And the neighbor said, every day I throw trash in your way. Why are you coming to check on me? You should hate me. I says, no, I love you. I'm concerned the thing is gone. I wanted to check and see. So this is the kind of concern we should have for our neighbor, Muslim or non-Muslim. There should be that kind of love and concern. So if you're Muslim, is no harm in going ahead and partnering and volunteering and contributing to the non-Muslims' efforts, and vice versa, because we're all one humanity, one society.
Okay, our number in the studio 1-877-825-1080. That's 1-877-825-1080. If you have any questions or comments, please call us. And now, Imam, I'd like you to address some of the situation that occurred during the summertime when when the young children get into gangs because of boredom and peer pressure, and need to get accepted in certain little groups there. I want you to talk first of all to the parents. Tell them about ways in which we can identify if problems like this is taking place, and then to the youth as a deterrence from getting into these type of problems.
What I'd like to do is address that from two different angles.
Yes.
One is preventive measures. The preventive measures is ongoing communication with your children. A lot of times the most common mistake that Muslim parents make is they wait too long before they start teaching their children values, basic human ethics, and Islamic moral standards. A lot of times they wait too long. They wait till they become teenagers a lot of time. They wait until the children are so overwhelmed with peer pressure that they're almost out of control. The best thing to do is raise your children up with the love for the example of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the basic human ethics, manners, and that type of discipline. That's preventive measures. And then have ongoing engagement with your children constantly, all right? And then, like we mentioned before about the other point as far as activities, to continue to communicate with parents to think the same way so that your children have some other children to identify with. That's one thing. The other point as far as looking for the signs is that you pay close attention to your children and see if they begin to imitate some of the negative habits, activities, and dress styles, and you notice those things and you try to nip them in the bud. If you see them begin to start changing their language, they want to use the type of slang that they hear the non-Muslim children use. They want to wear the different type. They start asking for the type of clothing and wear them funny ways. If the young boys start letting their pants drag down or things like that, the young girls want to wear fly type clothes and even ask for those things. You pay attention to those signs. You pay attention to if their child has a computer. You pay close attention to what they're doing when they're on the internet. You pay very close attention to that. You pay close attention to the TV programs that they choose to watch. Everything depends on the strength of the family. If you strengthen the families and keep the families close together, then trust me, it'll be a lot easier to deal with it. When I was living in Cleveland, Ohio, I worked on a gang prevention team for the city of Cleveland. And what we did was we continued to educate and motivate the children, non-Muslim and Muslim, to show them the positive things they could be doing with their time and alternative ways to have fun and entertainment, because a lot of it comes because there's no other children of their age that is doing something that's exciting to them. And we have to show them that there is positive ways to influence your children towards things that can be exciting and enjoyable.
All right, I'm interested to hear what Sister Hasina is saying. And during the break, I beat her by one kid. I have 7. She's got 6 children. But I know she have a lot of experience in the community in helping the youth. So can you give us some advice, Sister?
Yes. My advice is to be involved with them. Try to be their buddy and their friend, not just their parent. I grew up with my children. You know, people thought I was one of the children. And that was a good thing because I was able to communicate with them. We got to recognize them, let them do things, hear them out. Me and my husband and I had created a rec center for them where we can give them a membership and let them have a hangout spot where it's wholesome. They can do their homework or they can just hang out and play regular games that they do. But let them be the one to show their friends the proper way of doing things. Talk them into volunteering into hospitals and helping the senior citizens. Just redirect them to something good, and they can see the reward. You know, I used to take them to visit prison systems and welfare office, let them see in their mind, well, you know, this is not where I want to be. I want to do something better, and getting involved in volunteering and preparing themselves. I talked to one a few days ago about what do you want to do when you get out of school or do the summer. What do you want to be? They want to be a nurse. Well, let me tell you what you're getting into. And let them see what they get into so they don't just pick it out of the clear, or they want to be a mechanic or want to do this. Go and see these things, redirect them, and fill them out. But go with them places. We don't tell our children, we just tell them what to do, but we don't get involved with them. We don't talk to them. We need to communicate with them. But they also need to let their friends know they're Muslim. Don't be afraid to be Muslim. They don't realize that their friend might want to be what they are. They're showing good example to their friends. And we have to encourage them more to let them see what they're doing is a good thing and how they will be rewarded for that.
Now, Brother Bucker, we did a program last week, if I'm not mistaken, or the week before, on the economic impact in our societies, especially, for instance, the inner cities. I know one of the advice is that we should be involved with our children, help them grow and help nurture them into the right way. But it's very difficult for parents who have 2 jobs, in the society. I mean, it is a really difficult thing to really get involved with your children and to be with them at least most parts of the day. I mean, what can we do about that, brother?
Yes, it's a big concern. We have to set our priorities. About a month ago, we were in the jail at TGK Correctional Facility. meeting with the children that are being tried as adults.
Oh.
And 9 times out of 10, they're being tried as adults because there was a gun commission in the crime that they allegedly had committed. So we asked the children or young men, why, are you in this kind of type of situation? And most of them were around 9th graders, moving into just starting in high school. And they said, we wanted to make a name for ourselves. Oh. Okay, they wanted to make a name. They're coming into high school. They're the new kids on the block. And, they sometimes get bullied. And, picking up a gun gives them a sense of control or manhood. So what parents need to do is intervene and make a name for their children in a positive way. Just like the sister was saying, go out and help a senior citizen. And when your elders think highly of you, what a wonderful thing. Just like the young man that spoke early on this program. How empowering is that us adults around in the room think so highly of this young man. He has made a name for himself. He didn't need to pick up a gun to make a name for himself. He got on here and told his ideas and helped to motivate others to do positive things over the summer. Now, getting back to the economic point, I just got back from Detroit the day before yesterday, and I was working with the public housing communities there, and they also have a long, hot summer out there and also have challenges with their children. Some of the ideas came up. Start a lemonade stand.
Yes.
That old-fashioned idea of a lemonade stand in the summertime. It makes money.
Young entrepreneur, yes.
Entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Invest in your kids, spend some time, show them how to do business, show them how to sell. Salesman is still the top earning profession in the world today. So if the kids can maybe put a little bit of money together, start a little business. We just came from Darul Uloom. They had a bazaar where people were coming and they were buying things. And, we go over to China and Egypt and all over the world. We can get products to give to our kids to sell at good prices so that they can learn about business, they can make money, they can satisfy a need in their community. They don't have to wait till somebody gives them a job, but it's going to take the parents to take the initiative to even do something as simple as go to Sam's Club or Costco's or whatever and buy a box of M&Ms, for $25 and flip it for $50. Something simple, but, to teach kids how to do business. Also in Detroit, they have a whole economic enclave on Warren Avenue. You can go 3 miles on Warren Avenue as Muslims own the whole area. You don't even need to speak English if it's like Little Havana, like where we are right now. It's unbelievable. There, we need to establish this kind of environment, like the Haitians have done in Little Haiti and the Cubans have done in Little Havana. We need to do that in the Muslim take area and to satisfy the needs. And there's no better time now than this summer where kids are busy. They need stuff to do. Parents, they need an extra buck. So let's start taking economic control of our destiny.
1-877-825-1080. That's 1-877-825-1080. If you'd like to plug in any activities for the summertime, regardless of what religious community you belong to, give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. Sister Hasina, you want to mention something?
We just started. Before I moved here, we started a young Muslim club, community center, like a YMCA.
Yes.
Where we had martial arts. I taught sewing, exercise. We had classes for them to take up, and some of the students that were on like studies for to pick up extra credit. We had tutors. So things like this is very good for them. Keep their mind going, keep them active. And they get to know one another and it was open to the community besides the Muslims. So that's another good thing they can do.
Yes. Brother Sufyan, you have?
Yeah. I have a couple of advices. First one, I will advise for the parents. We can advise our children to do many things. And especially when they are youth, most of the time they will not listen to us. This is fact. Some children... thanks God they listen sometimes, but most of the time what we see that nobody listen. They're not gonna listen. You're gonna tell them go swim, you're gonna go to the movie. Sorry. What I recommend, the most important thing is you as a parent, what you do. If you go to the hospital sometimes and start to volunteer, or if you go, for example, to the fire department and tell the fire department near your home, if you need anything, that's my telephone number. I can come and help. For example, there is another big organization called Volunteer Florida. You can call them. They can find you anything you want as a volunteer to serve your communities. As I mentioned, hospitals, senior citizen homes. There is many things you can do. If you give some times for this honorable thing, your kids gonna be watching you, and your kids gonna learn, and they're gonna raise to be like you. But if you don't do anything of that, you don't do no volunteer, you don't help nobody, you don't care about your neighbors, you don't care about anybody, but you just, the only body you care about is yourself, you're gonna raise children the same thing, because this is what they know. This is what they learn. This is the reason my advice first come, try to be good as a parents. Why we should always finger our hand to our kids that why they don't do enough volunteer, why they are not good, because we are not, most of us not good, because we don't do enough to be a good example for them. This is one. Another recommendation really for this summer coming for the businesses. Please, whoever owns business, whoever owns store, please make it easy in our youth. Try to give them few hours. You don't need to give them part-time. Sometimes there is no money to bring people in, but just be as a this is investment. It's a great investment to try to help these youth. They are out of school, and instead of coming to your store and start to shoplifting from you, it's better for them to come and help you out and work a few hours. Couple of hours will help a lot. And this is my recommendation. The last advice, I really advise the faith-based organizations like the churches, Islamic centers, synagogues, to try to work with our youth this summer, to try to bring programs, try to create ways for the families, for the kids to come and try to be involved in community services. This is my recommendation. Everybody like to be working in that, but not to wait under the summer vacation and your son belong to one of the gang groups instead of belonging to some of the good cause. Thank you.
Okay, we have a call on the line. Thomas, welcome to our program.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, brother. How are you doing?
Fine. I'm not Muslim.
That's all right, brother. We welcome your call, brother.
I was listening to the subject, and what you're doing is a great thing. And what I really like is when you appeal to the stores to help the kids out. But as someone who is not of the faith, maybe not this program, for me, because I'm very curious of the Islamic religion, in the sense that I view it as a violent religion, and I tell you why, because of the situation of the Kurds and the Shiite fight that's going on between those two sects. Maybe not today, maybe sometime later you will explain that to me and the rest of the American people that may be holding the same position that I am.
We will, brother. Very soon.
Okay. All right?
Yes. Thank you very much, brother.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay, if you're now tuning in, my name is Brother Kamal, and you're listening to AMANA, the Voice of Trust, brought to you by the American Muslim Association of North America. Our number in the studios is 1-877-825-1080, and we are discussing how to keep our teenagers occupied, how to keep our children occupied for the summertime, and keep them out of trouble. And Imam, I would like you to talk to this particular subject. With the media and the movies and everything that's out there, in the television and the videos, and our children are growing up with all these hormonal, things going on in them. The feeling of emotions and urges, which can lead to the problem of sexual, becoming sexually active in the summertime when they have nothing else to do.
Let me, Brother Kamal, if you allow me, please.
Yes.
Let me just answer a small question about the brother who just, really we appreciate his call. I really appreciate that. Brother, Thomas, I believe.
Yes, Thomas.
I understood that you asked, but you are wondering how come there is different group of Muslims fighting in Iraq? That's what?
Yes, with the Shia and the Sunni. Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to really leave it like that. I just want to give you just one thing to think about. you know how many countries in the world, maybe 100 countries, it has different group. Like here in America, for example, our country have Shiite, have Sunnis, have Protestant, have Catholics, have everybody. And nobody's fighting with nobody. You know, you're not going to see no fight, you know, in any country. There is many countries, Muslim countries, they have different group of people. They have Christians, they have Jewish, some countries, they have, but they are not fighting. I think when our army comes back home and the Bush administration stop the occupation in that country, I think the people there will stop fighting each other, because the people over there, they are so confused and so abused that they don't know what their interest, and they are fighting with each other, not because their religion or because, you know, we are one. You know, when it comes to Shia or Sunni, we all believe in one God. And I think the occupation what brought all these, unfortunately, this fight and this killing. Especially look how many soldiers with our army been losing. We are losing many soldiers. I mean, every single day there is soldiers dying in that country and still there. This is the reason my advice is the only solution for there to stop the occupation and to bring our army back to America. Thank you.
Imam, we have 30 seconds. Apparently we had to give an answer to that caller, but what advice do you have for our parents that are listening concerning their children?
In just a few seconds,
Yes.
what I'd like to offer is some food for thought. That is, number one, as Brother Sufyan mentioned earlier, the parents need to be a better example.
Yes.
The parents need to be careful what they watch on TV. The parents need to be careful what they listen to. The parents need to engage the children and show the best example. If the children like to watch movies, find the best educational movies. Look at documentaries, look at Islamic history videos and so forth. For the smaller children, they have the Adam's World, is produced by Sound Vision. There are many different things, but the parents need to get engaged and set that example.
Yes. Thank you very much, Imam Qasim, Sister Hasina, and Brother Bakr, and Fame, and Brother Firhad. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank you all for listening. Tune in next week, inshallah, when we'll have another discussion on Al-Amana, the Voice of Trust. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The plants and trees, He created the birds and bees, He created the oceans and seas, some of His many bounties. He made us on earth trustees to obey all His decrees. Oh Allah, have mercy. Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Glory be to Allah, all praise to Allah. There is no God but Allah. Allah is great. All power and might belong to Allah, the Most High, the Great. Subhanallah walhamdulillah.